We are live. It is a Thursday. It is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And your sports show's favorite sports show is live and in full effect on the Facebook and on the YouTube. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, everything Academy Sports Show, especially YouTube. Make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live. I got mine. You get yours. Let's get it. Missed you last week, but we got a full slate of stuff to talk about today. Number one being, you already know. You already know. Jay Well, he got the rundown. You already know what we're talking about today. So come on, fill it up, send it out, text it out, share it out. We in here. I want to hear some ludicrous things in the chat today. It is a beautiful day to be ludicrous. It is 90 degrees outside. Let's enjoy it. Let's have a good night of basketball festivities before kickoff or tip off. Yeah, tip off. This is the Academy Sports Show. I'm your host, Andre Douglas, and close next to me. I would say close to me, but next to me virtually, Joel Williams.
What's good, everybody? As they were saying, the D. What up, though? Welcome to the show. We appreciate everybody joining us. You heard the man, the myth, the legend. We got a big show here tonight. A lot to talk about, but not really. We just go get right into what we need to get into. First, as you always know, we jump into trivia night. Then we get into what the memes. And then we got some things to discuss leading up to tonight's game one of the NBA Finals. Got some NFL news. DeAndre Hopkins been released. A couple of teams are front runners. We need to discuss where we think they should go. Interestingly enough, some of those front runners are our friends, teams we like. So there might be a little bit of a debate on that topic. Also, Eastern Conference Finals are over. Western Conference Finals are over. Those have been over. And, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have the opportunity to have Supermax contracts given to them. I gave my opinion about this topic. Now that the Eastern Conference Finals are over, we're going to revisit again. Have I changed my mind? Should you pay Jason, let Jaylen walk? Should you pay Jaylen, let Jason walk? Should you pay them both? Should you blow it up? After that performance that took place in Miami, we need to see. We need to have a discussion. I need to get your opinion on it. And I'm going to give mine, of course. Plus, the Detroit Pistons got their man. Monty is coming to Detroit for a big paycheck. We'll discuss. We'll see how you guys feel. Did they overpay? Because news did come out that Detroit wasn't going to get him. However, what say you, Academy Sports fam? So, got a lot to cover. Plus, as you know, tonight, NBA Finals, Game 1, Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat. We were just looking at the odds. Dre found out 5,000 to 1 bet. The Heat sweep the Nuggets. You put $100, you win $5,000.
It can happen.
The Heat sweep. We will give our picks. We'll give our choice. We want to know who you got. Save it, though. Don't put it in the chat now. Wait till later. Because you know how we do. We got to get it on with Trivia Night. So, hope you're ready because we are about to get into it. It's the Academy Sports Show live. What up, though?
There you go. All right, getting it in. Trivia night. Let's get this show cracking. Let's get the show popping. You see it. The host is up 6-3. Y'all struggling. How about that? I'm ready to talk crap with my chest out. Y'all struggling. Y'all struggling to keep up.
The struggle is real.
So let's get it in. Y'all, if you know the answer to the trivia question, put it in the chat. You trust it. But if you're the first one to answer, that's the answer that's locked in. So if you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. But don't let me get the answer correct today because I feel like putting up a 7-piece today. Let's get it.
All right. You heard the man. I'm asking the question today. Dre's answering the question. You know how it goes. First one to put the answer in the chat is speaking for the chat. So make sure you know what you're talking about. No Twitter fingers, no Google fingers allowed. Get your hands off your keyboard. Let's see what we got here. Apologize. Sorry about that.
Uh-oh.
No, we're
You
good.
got a hard one coming.
All right. Here we go.
You got a hard one coming.
All right. In the theme of NBA Finals.
In the theme of
NBA Finals. All right. We just talked about the odds of a sweep. And the odds are against the Miami Heat of doing that. But the Denver Nuggets are a heavy favorite to win this series. And we know the story of the Miami Heat and everything that goes into them being the underdog and still winning and all that good stuff. So, with all that being said, we will give our picks later. However, I do want to pose this question. Since the inception of the NBA Finals, there have only been, believe it or not, 10 sweeps. There have only been 10 sweeps. Okay. Since 2000, there have been 3. Okay. Name, I'm not going to make you, I broke this down for you. Name either 2 winning teams that swept or name 2 losing teams that got swept in the last 20 years since 2000.
Okay, I think I got this.
Okay.
Did LeBron get swept?
You're asking me a question. I need to answer.
Okay, so I know the Nets got swept by the Lakers.
Okay.
And I want to say LeBron got swept by Golden State.
Okay. So you're going with Nets got swept by the Lakers, Cavs got swept by Golden State. Yeah. So those are your 2 losers. You actually 2 losers and 2 winners. So Lakers over Nets, Golden State over Cavs. That's your call.
That's my call. Final answer.
All right. Final answer. All right. So in the last 20 years, since 2000, there have been 3 sweeps. We have no answer from the field yet. So I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to run off the other sweeps leading up to 2000. 1959, Boston Celtics defeat the Minneapolis Lakers. 1971, the Milwaukee Bucks defeat the Baltimore Bullets. 1975, the Golden State Warriors defeat the Washington Bullets. Man, them Bullets, they ain't blanks.
Well.
1983, the Philadelphia 76ers defeat the Los Angeles Lakers. 1995, the Houston Rockets defeat the Shaq Alicious Anthony Hardaway Orlando Magic. 1999, the San Antonio Spurs defeat the New York Knicks. All right, so we have no answer from the field, so this will just be on whether or not you got this right. 2002, the Los Angeles Lakers defeat New Jersey Nets. Good call. 2007, for a bonus, do you know what took place in 2007?
2007. 2007. Spurs swept somebody.
Because they won the championship every odd year in 2000, right? 2007, the Spurs defeated Joe Kang in his first NBA championship appearance.
Yeah,
the Cavaliers 4-0. And you are correct, sir. The Golden State Warriors defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2018 in the infamous J.R. Smith, what are you doing meme. So we are correct. Leonardo's answer, although is correct, being Spurs and Warriors, very late. And James, thank you for pointing that out. Great question. Yeah, see? All right, so good job, right? Because that now makes the score.
Lucky guess.
Who said lucky?
That's funny.
There we go.
Don't be a hater.
Oh, he hating.
Don't be a hater. I told you I was coming for that 7.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Says the man that did not answer.
Let's get it.
You actually just logged in. He missed it. You actually got both teams right. See, I believe in you, Dre. Yes, sir. Hey.
I know a little something.
A little something. So y'all know how it work, man. We up 7-3. We've never had a lead like this. Y'all better show up next week, 7:30, because
put a fork in.
Y'all got to come back. We've never been up 4.
Put a fork in, because once we get back to football, ain't gonna be no shows. Put a fork in.
They done. Okay.
They done. Put a fork in. They done.
He said it's a Vince Carter on y'all.
It's over. All right, Thursday night. Get here early, bruh. You know what time we start. Make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification when we.
Is that better?
Yeah, it is.
Nuggets Nation.
Nuggets Nation, really?
Dennis?
Is that a real nation?
Is that a real nation? Sometimes we should put names with nation.
Nuggets Nation. All right, we got one meme. Let's get it, and then we're gonna get some Monty Williams Detroit Pistons talk for all the people in the chat. In celebration of Carmelo Anthony's retirement. Congratulations, Melo, on a terrific career. One of my favorite players ever. One of my favorite players, Carmelo Anthony. I want to see him win. Which 15 goes into the rafters of Denver Allure? Carmelo Anthony or Jokic? He ain't won no ring yet. So who is it?
This gonna be Joker.
Yeah. You're not even gonna give him a chance?
It's gonna be Joker, bro. Melo, I will put Melo. I think Melo could go up in New York. Melo could have went to Chicago and probably won a championship, but he stayed in New York and really kind of brought some relevance back to them. I think Joker gets it, man, because James just pointed out Joker's got 2 MVPs. Am I correct?
Yes.
He got 2 MVPs. He has taken the Nuggets to the finals, and which Carmelo never did with the Nuggets. And my man is like putting up numbers. My man is putting up numbers. Okay. So I'm sorry, Melo. He made the Denver years fun, him and AI.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Joker on his way, bro.
It looks like it's unanimous Joker too. I thought maybe, we'd have some Melo, but no.
Shade.
Dang.
Shade.
Dang.
Shade.
Wow. DC coming out swinging today. All right, that's all I got for memes. Let's get it. First, I want to ask this question. James, you still in here? You still in here?
Oh, James. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Word down the field. DeAndre Hopkins gets a touchdown. Come on, D-Hop. Where should he go? Where should he go, Jordan? Where should he go?
Leonardo, you're correct. His base days were in Denver because of his offensive prowess, but
for sure.
I think Joker's gonna get that. I think Joker wins that argument.
D-Hop.
Come on, man. Is this a real question?
Let's both make a case right now. Let's both make a case.
Make your case, sir. I'm the homer here.
D-Hop. Okay. Come to Detroit. Okay. Upstart team. You can put your name, your stamp on a franchise. Are you a Texans legend? Sure. But what did you really do there? Come to the NFC North. We got this thing already wrapped up in a bow.
Ooh.
You can be the go-get-it guy for golf. Okay? You can come here and try to break Megatron's records. Be the guy to help the Detroit Lions go back to the playoffs and make some noise. Jared Goff will get you the ball. He will force feed you the ball, and then you get to play with guys like Amon Ra. Okay, good slot guy that plays underneath. You get Jameson Williams that comes back and will play over the top, and you're going to get your touches. Be a part of greatness, okay? You are the missing piece here. So come on. You had to suffer with Kyler Murray for a couple years. Come over here. Come to the hot thing. Old and busted, new hotness.
Old and busted?
We are the new hotness. Don't go to Cleveland, okay? We don't know if Deshaun is still the same. Amari Cooper going to get mad that you coming over there. It's cold. You got to play outside. You don't even know if you're going to win the division. Come to Detroit where you know you're going to win. That's my case.
Leonardo. Sorry, it's going to be a Ravens.
That's the
Bro,
worst.
the Ravens always jump in and take stuff. It pisses me off. Man, you know what? I think this case is easy to make just by saying why you shouldn't go to Detroit.
Oh.
Let's just start D-Hop with the fact that you did the whole like be somewhere where you can carry them and be this guy and that's what the Texans was. You were there and you were the number one and you were the guy who saw it all. Been there, done that. Okay. We've gotten that out the way. But the added bonus to this is you spent those years with Deshaun Watson. So let's just start at the quarterback spot, D-Hop. Who do you want throwing you the ball? I guarantee you Jared Goff isn't a part of that equation, which is why on your podcast you've not mentioned the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff, really? Jared Goff? I don't think. And do you really want to run with the likes of Amon Ra? Is it really that good? Or what about Amari Cooper on the other side that doesn't allow for the safeties to bracket you and double you, be a little more appealing? What Marquise Goodwin in the slot, world-class sprinter, be a little more enticing to allow for you to get a 1,000-yard season, catch 13 tutties from a quarterback who will distribute the rock left and right. You're going to get yours here. You already know that. You know who we are. Okay?
They're a running team, Dion.
We're going to compete for the division. We're going to open it up and let Deshaun throw it because we're getting the old Deshaun back. We saw the flashes. You saw the flashes at the end of the year. He's been off for a year and a half. You knew what that was, but you know what you're going to get, D-Hop, here in Cleveland. The Lions, D-Hop, if I'm talking to you, D-Hop, the Lions are up and coming, okay? But they're not there yet. That guy, Dre, he's a little overzealous right now. He should be. It's exciting. But come on, man. Jared Goff, really? Come on to Cleveland. Cleveland! D-Hop, this is for you.
That's a beautiful campaign close right there. I like that. That was okay. It was a good close. It was a good close. Oh man,
we got a little bit of a debate here. James said we need him for only 1 year. Browns have a better quarterback and his former teammate. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
I love y'all delusion that y'all just think Deshaun Watson is just going to be just good all of a sudden. Like, my man got sat down for a couple seasons, and he looked very rocky. So let's pump the brakes on. He's Deshaun Watson. We don't know that yet. Now adding D-Hop might help that. Hey, let's say that helps that. You know, you got playing the cold. You got to split reps with Amari Cooper.
We saw it. We saw the old Deshaun though. We already seen that guy.
Did you really see it, or did you
later in the season you saw it?
Wings together, like, I mean, y'all said that about Baker Mayfield when he had a great second half of his rookie season, and then he came back and just stunk it up. Let's not put so much stock in the second half of the season, Cleveland. Let's not do that. Okay,
I guess that's fair, but Baker Mayfield, come on, okay.
Let's not do that. Let's put a whole season together, okay, Cleveland.
First of all, why do you keep bringing up the Ravens? I think he did say though. I think the most recent release from Schefter was Browns and Kansas City, right?
Yeah,
that's the most recent.
Kobe wants Kansas City too.
Man, that's dangerous if it's Kansas City, bro. That's dangerous.
I don't want him in Kansas City.
I don't want him in Kansas City.
You telling me opening day we gotta go against Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Deshaun Watson? Ooh. I don't want that smoke. I don't want that at all. I'm
gonna tell you this. So I read an article. So you messaged me like a couple weeks ago when the word came down that Cleveland was not in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some research and I did read a couple of articles as to why that was probably the case. It didn't make money sense, and Cleveland doesn't have a lot of cap room right now.
Gotcha.
However, if this continues to go on as where is he going, certain dates come and go. And once certain dates come and go, I believe, matter of fact, if it's not June 1st, it's July 1st, there are some players that come off the books in Cleveland that create the financial space for this to happen. Gotcha. So now you've heard the uptick in, because I even read on ESPN, they were like, Cleveland is a wild card. And then today, Adam Schefter goes, now it's D-Hop possibly to Cleveland or to Kansas City. And I guess on his first podcast, he said he listed his teams and Cleveland wasn't in that mix. And then recently on the last podcast he was on, he said Cleveland, he would love to play with Deshaun. So D-Hop probably wasn't spotted at DTW. So now it's the rumor mill, right? Remember, is Jim Harbaugh coming? Read the tea leaves.
Yeah. So Odell got 1 year, $15 million that can be $18 million.
From Baltimore.
So they said that's the kind of money he's looking for.
So
which is crazy.
We could sign him 1 year. And I don't know what that number is going to be, but it would be. But I guess one of the articles I read was they could do a 2 or 3 years though, and backload his contract to attract him to come and stay. Therefore, not taking a cap hit this year.
Yep. Listen, and you don't want to be tied up with Deshaun and all his stuff. Okay, let's get a fresh start. Come to Detroit. Tough nose, ankle biting franchise that's destined to win their division.
And have Jared Goff throw you footballs.
Jared Goff is a thrower of the football, yes. But
by the way, Dre's praying for another quarterback.
Huh?
Dre's praying for another quarterback in Detroit. Just say,
listen, if it happens, happens. Okay, Hendon Hooker next year.
Thank you. Here we go. Thank you, James. I knew June 1st. So today, John Johnson, $14 million in cap is available.
Gotcha.
So now, all of a sudden,
I don't want to see him I'd rather him go to the Ravens. Just be neutral. Neutral for me. Sucks for you.
You're hating.
I'd rather him go to the Ravens. I don't want to see him as a Brown. I don't want to see him as a Chief. I care less if he was a Bill or not. I don't know. Or a Charger. I don't care about none of those. Just if you're not going to come to Detroit, go to the Ravens.
Such a hater, bro. You're such a hater. You a hater.
Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Before we get to the meat and potatoes of the night, all our Detroit compatriots, how you feel about? I was about to call him Monty Burns. Just got paid 6 years, $78.5 million. Could be over $100 million. Yes, sir, for sure. You already know. Wolf my ass. Sorry, Mom. Yes, I have bone overpaid or just right for Monty.
Man, listen, bro.
Because the first one I sent you earlier, I could hear myself talking back to myself. The first one I sent you said that he wasn't coming. So I don't know if the money was right or whatever. And then all of a sudden, hey, he's coming.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. A little bit.
Oh, that might be echoing.
I can hear myself.
Might be echoing us that.
Yeah, I can hear myself a little bit.
Well, okay, so the first deal was what?
At first, remember I texted you, it was like he turned down whatever offer they gave him because he didn't want to coach in Detroit. Now they backed up the Brinks truck, and now he wants to coach the Detroit Pistons, which is, I mean, so.
Yeah, so it's like, how do you feel about that, first of all?
How do you feel about that? Listen, Detroit is not a desirable job, so you're going to have to overpay. That's what they've been doing for free agents for forever, that they tried, in the Joe Dumars era. Throw a bunch of money at some borderline all-stars, and hopefully you can make the playoffs. Did that for a while, didn't work out. Monty Williams, he took the Suns franchise, who was destitute, had a good bubble run, went to the Western Conference Finals, went to the NBA Finals, and he didn't get fired because of his performance. He got fired because he didn't mesh well with the new ownership. So it's not like he really has a blemish on his resume.
Who so happens to have a box at Little Caesars Arena? That's interesting.
The Suns owner?
The guy that owns the United Wholesale. He's the Ishbia.
Really?
Yeah, the United Wholesale mortgage guy who he's real good friends with what's his name up in East Lansing? With he's good friends with Izzo. I think they were like roommates or something. I don't know.
Got you.
But they're not roommates. I don't know. Ishbia, he played for Izzo. I'm sorry, he played for Izzo. Yeah, so it's interesting that he ends up here in Detroit. To your point, they do have to overpay because it's just not an attractive position. From a front office standpoint, I think I'm with Leonardo on this. Like, they gave up some money for him, right? Like, that's a good sign from the front office, maybe that they're serious about winning.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis said it's a bit much, but he could change the culture and get them in the playoffs in 2 to 3 years. Is that fair? I think that might be a fair expectation. They've always been pretty athletic, but they're just young.
Mm-hmm.
But now you've made some good draft choices. If you stay healthy next year, does Cade come back and be a leader?
You need Cade to take the next step. Only played 12 games.
You need some of your rooks to take some steps.
You need Jaden Ivey to take a step, and then your front court is loaded.
Yeah,
you're playing Wiseman, you're playing Durant, you're playing Stewart, you're playing all these guys in the front court. Let's see how that pans out.
Right.
So he's got a lot of roster situations. Killian Hayes played well in the second half of last season. Hey, listen, Mama V, I'll take that money too. Let's split it.
Yeah, you're 100% right. We'll split the season into thirds. we'll all come through.
But I mean, that's kind of what he did with the Suns, right? The roster was kind of ick, and they really just had Devin Booker was a bright spot. So maybe they can make Cade into Devin Booker. Who knows? And then
they made a bubble, right?
Huh?
They made a run in the bubble.
Made a run in the bubble. Didn't really make the play-in, but I think they went undefeated in the bubble or something
They
like
were
that.
undefeated in the bubble or something crazy.
Yeah, they were just too many games out to qualify. So from what I read, Casey likes him, the former coach, who's now in the front office. Troy Weaver loves him. They used to coach together in Oklahoma City, so that was a catalyst of getting him in the building. And Stephen A. Smith said the iconic phrase, "He's a leader of men."
Thanks, Stephen A. I would say we could give him a chance on that one because it's not the other guy that got fired in Philadelphia.
Oh my God! If they gave Doc Rivers 7 years, 6 years, $78 million, I would never watch a Pistons game ever in my life. I would disown even knowing who they were.
You know how annoying that would have been to see him on the sidelines here. We are not fans of Doc Rivers. 100% agree with you. I think they had to overpay. Clearly, they had to overpay because you wanted to attract a winner, and I think I think there's a message being sent here. They needed to go out and get a guy who has a history of bringing it together. He did it in Phoenix, so let's see if he can do it here with some young talent. So I like the hire, and it's definitely overpaid. Definitely.
So it's both. It's overpaid and just right.
Yeah, right. It's a great hire. I mean, to me, he was one of the bigger. Like to me, he was one of the top candidates on the market. Like, a lot of the other guys they're always retreads, right? It's just like their carousel of retrade every year in the NBA. Not him. He's been in Phoenix for a while. It was surprising to see it happen. So clearly, we know there was friction there, and so I think definitely he probably has the drive to want to come in and continue to prove himself, right? So I think it might be a good mix for the young guys.
Yeah.
He's a player's coach. Everywhere he's been, they love him.
Yep. Hopefully they play for him. All right. This is what I want to hear from you, sir. Okay? A couple weeks ago. Let's bring it all the way full circle. One, this man has never, and The Rock means never, been a Jason Tatum fan. Ever. He's been challenging Jason Tatum over and over again, justly and unjustly, over and over again to be the man. He has challenged this Boston Celtics team. Who is the man on this team? Who's the star? And this team cannot get over the hump. Fast forward to this season. Jason Tatum has a 5th leading MVP vote. Still, I don't trust the guy. This team goes into round after round. Still, I don't trust this guy. They both make all NBA. I said, who would you give your Supermax to? One, both, or all? He says, I'm giving the Supermax to Jaylen Brown because I still don't trust Jason Tatum. As we talk on this show, Jason Tatum was 1 for 11 or something, but still stuck out and won the game and then had a 51-point game set. And then proceeded to stink up game 1. So then he had something to fall back on. Still not believing in Jason Tatum. This series goes to game 7 after being down 0-3. Jaylen Brown has the worst playoff game humanly possible with 8 turnovers after Jason Tatum rolls his ankle in the very first play of the game. National media gives Jason Tatum a pass because he got hurt, and they kill Jaylen Brown. So my question to you, sir, how do you feel about Brown and Tatum now?
The national media should be ashamed of themselves. Jason Tatum, for all of the hate and the vitriol that I have sent your way, Jason Tatum, I give you a pass. Or game 7. of the Eastern Conference Finals. You turned your ankle. You were not the same player. I give you a pass for Game 7. Jason Tatum, I do not give you a pass for going down 0-3 to the Miami Heat. Where were you, Jason? In Game 1? Where were you, Jason, in Game 2? Jason, where were you in Game 3? And Jason, yes, you played better in Games 4, 5, and 6, but you better thank some of your dogs that were running with you for being world beaters. You better thank the hairline guy with the wild hair that got it with point something left on the clock to put you in Game 7. You didn't even get the ball, Jason Tatum, in that moment. That shot was thrown up by number 36, Marcus Smart. Jason Tatum, you do not get a pass for your inability to carry this team to the promised land. Oh, but Jason, you better thank God for this one. Because Jalen didn't perform any better. And Jalen has now caused me to feel away. So, Jalen, you gotta go.
Oh, your dark-skinned brother, you're kicking him out.
Jalen, that was horrible in Game 7. As a matter of fact, Jalen, I'm not sure you were consistently present throughout this series. Jalen, you've got to go. Boston Celtics, do not pay this man a max deal. That's Jaylen Brown I'm referring to. But unfortunately, Celtics, you are left with paying Jason Tatum. You got to give the Supermax to somebody. So I guess by default, give it to Jason Tatum. But sorry, Boston. More years to come of the same old Jason Tatum. Because I'm going to fire you up, Jason, until you do your job. Number 5 in the NBA MVP voting. Well, guess what? It's a popularity award anyway. You're number 5. Good for you. Win a series, Jason. Carry your team, Jason. Stop relying on hairline guy. And I agree with you, Dennis. The other issue here is these dudes need a real point guard. Like, for real. Like, stop letting Marcus Smart be your point guard, or even Malcolm Brogdon, who had a bad arm and whatever, had the torn tendon in the elbow, and then he wore the thing on his sleeve, and then he took it off, and they were like, oh, he's not wearing the sleeve. That's a good sign. And then he proceeded to shoot an air ball. Yeah, they need better personnel at the point guard position. You need help.
Blow up the roster.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. But by default, congratulations, Jason. You get a Supermax. You're disappointing. You should have never been down 3-0 to the Miami Heat. And I blame you and Jalen for your issues. You're the
never
be the superstar. Y'all keep giving this dude a pass. You thank God for your bum ankle. Or you wouldn't be getting a pass right now because y'all shot 11 for 75 in the last 2 games from three-point land. And you were included in that bad shooting. What has he done, people? I'll wait.
All right. There it is. His thoughts. Okay.
Those rants are fun.
I got another little wrinkle here. I want to see if we're on the same page with this.
I'll stop trolling now. be credible.
I think their head coach is way over his head. I think Joe Mazzulla, while during the regular season, it seemed like he may be the guy to replace Ime. He just don't got the juice. This team visibly quit in game 3. Like, they said, we don't want to play no more. And it don't seem like he had any, like, there was no switch up. There was no rah-rah. There was no chess being played with Joe Mazzulla. He was just there. He stuck up for his guys. That's what he thinks a player coach should do. It's my fault. I didn't have them prepared. Put the blame on me. They didn't play well because I didn't put them in the right place. He said all the things that a player thinks that a coach should say to protect his players. And he said it all series. At the end of the day, these dudes just quit on you, bro. Like, when do we look at him? And it's crazy that this guy got a contract mid-season to be the head coach after being an interim coach. To fire him at the end of the season. How long? Like, we talk about a roster reconstruction. What about the coaching reconstruction? Because they're talking about all the assistants are going to leave him now to go to Ime in Houston. So now he really ain't going to have no backup. Like, could this just be a complete teardown in Boston?
That's a good element. I think there's credence to that argument. However, because the situation was what it was, I think there's credence to the argument that he has to be given a full opportunity with his staff, with some pieces. I mean, most guys, remember when you're an NBA head coach, you pick your staff, and then it's guys. It's a mixture of vets, maybe some young guys. And the veteran coaches are really the part that help you in some of that experience area that you don't have. As you grow into this space, I think there's some things there. So I think there's definitely credence there. I mean, he got out coached by Spo. He almost got out coached by Doc Rivers, but we know how that goes.
That's tough.
But I think a lot of it was, unfortunately, sometimes these coaches get cornered into whether or not they call timeout. And there was multiple times in the series with Philadelphia that they were like, dude, like, even at home, you can feel the moment when if you've watched enough NBA, as Dickie V would say, get a TO, baby. Like, just some of the basic things that coaches do to stop momentum and things like that, he just didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's both sides of that. I don't know if I think you run it back with him. I think let him get his own staff. You run it back with him. I think the bigger issue to me is your roster. I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, it's the roster. Joe Mazzulla's his philosophy is shoot the three ball. That is so they never went away from it. But they were a better team when they would play defense and then they would attack the rim. But they didn't do that. That was what was missing. So when Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown got aggressive, they were a different team, but they got aggressive going to the rim, not settling for the three ball, which that falls on the coach too. I think some of that giving up though was the Celtics. I think it finally hit them like we suck. Like I think they just might have had a moment like what's going on?
Yeah.
This is just not working. And my problem with this roster has always been a lot of players who do the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a legitimate point guard.
They're real repetitive.
Yeah, like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are the same player. Like
same player. Brogdon, Smart, same guard.
Same guards.
Derek White, same guard.
Horford and
Williams.
And Williams.
Yeah.
You guys coming off the bench are all the same.
The bench is horrible.
Like
the bench is a bunch of white guys.
It's always been weird. Like I think if they get a more traditional, what we call nowadays still positionless basketball, but get a point guard. The Celtics of the old day were part of their greatness was Rondo. Big Perk is a hot take guy. I still struggle actually giving credence to what he says. No, don't get former players. Paul Pierce on the bench coaching. Go somewhere with that. But yeah, they led the league in 3-point attempts. Like these dudes went like 11 for 78 or something like that in the last 2 games. That's ridiculous.
And then that demoralized them, right? Because that's how they win games. So they stopped with their aggression. I think so. The Warriors ushered in a type of basketball that everybody conformed to. 3-ball motion, 3-ball motion, pick and roll. And then Bron started configuring his teams like that to compete with them. And then everybody else started making competitive teams to compete with that. The thing that's wrong with Boston is they don't have that guy, that Steph Curry, that's just automatic from 3-point.
Wait, it's not Jason Tatum?
And to DC's point, Udoka had them playing defense. Right? Like you got to hang your hat on something. You can't hang your hat on 3-point shooting if you ain't got the guy that's going to go out there and shoot the 30. So look at the guys that's in the finals right now. Denver plays sound basketball. They play basketball the way basketball is supposed to play. A lot of motion, pick and roll, the way it works now. If you open, you kick, stuff like that. Look at the Miami Heat. They put their hat on defense. We're going to shut you down. You can't beat our zone. And then when we get wide open shots, we're going to take them. I think they need to get away from the 3-ball. The live by the 3, die by the 3 mantra goes for everybody else except for Golden State.
Right.
Right. And even if you saw a little bit of Golden State this year, they died. They died at 3-point. So I think that that doesn't work for the Celtics. They need to figure it out. And JJ made a good point. Since these two guys are on the team together and they're on the floor together most of the game, when you play pick and roll with these two dudes, when you pick to the next person, the switch is the same person who's guarding.
Same guy.
Yep. I mean, there's no big little pick and roll. There's no
Miami everything. They switch everything.
There's no advantage when you switch when you got 2 of your best players playing the same position. So what offensive advantage are you getting defensively against the team that's playing? And if your 3-ball's not falling, I think the league knows. Because listen to Draymond's podcast, I think the guys in the league know the Celtics are soft. They're soft physically, they're soft emotionally. You just got to lean on them a little bit and they're going to crack. So these guys got to change their identity. They got to change their roster and eventually change the coach. This team is not winning any games. They will never win a championship with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Ever. Hot take. All right, let's get to the night. Who you got?
What say y'all? What say y'all?
Who you got?
Let's
break this down. You got 2-time MVP, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, who's been playing lights out in the Western Conference Finals. You got a good supporting cast in Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, KCP, guys who know their roles, well coached by Mike Malone, guys looking for respect. This is the team that we knew was always good, but can never get over the hump. Now they're fully healthy and they're in the game. Versus an 8 seed Miami Heat, who went on a tear, who beat the Bucks without Giannis, but they took advantage of their situation. Proceeded to win second round, third round, went up 3-0, against Boston, won game 7, and Himmy was born. Himmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Their defense, their zone going against Jokic. We got 3 games before the next time we talk. But you guys can put it in the chat today. Who you got and how many?
Ooh, put some money on that, James. Find your nearest betting app and put some money on Heat Nation and 6, James, so you can get paid, sir. Put some money on it, James. All right, so we got Pop said going with the Joker. Then it said Nuggets in 5 or 6. James, we should pin that one. Heat Nation in 6.
Eating 6. All right.
Joker's going to average a triple dub, and Mile High Murray is going off. Dennis, you sound like you've been a Nuggets fan all your life, and you have. What is with the nicknames, bruh? Like, I mean, Joker, but where do we get Mile High Murray from?
You
sound like a
you've been a Nuggets fan your
You're a
whole
Detroiter.
life.
Stop it.
Your whole life. You know, I love me some English. Alex English is my favorite. Love me some Marcus Camby when he was born.
Oh God, Antonio McDice. James, you're a betting man. You are talking like a betting man, sir.
Yes, sir.
James, you are going to lose your money. Do not make that bet, sir, unless you got some money to waste, because this series is going to be a gentleman's sweep. Heat go down in 5 to the Nuggets.
No.
The game that they can win, if they're going to get one and steal one, is the proverbial game 1 steal, because y'all been playing and the Nuggets have been off for 9 days. This is the game to get, because the Denver Nuggets, I'll say my piece, I've said this all playoffs long, every show, you can go back and get it. I've said the Denver Nuggets are the best team in the playoffs. They are the most complete team. They have a point guard who can score it, and he can distribute it. They have a big who can do everything. Okay?
Everything.
Okay? He is going to average a triple dub in this series. And then they have all of the other guys, like you said, that know their role. This Eric Spoelstra might get them a game because Mike Malone is the new guy in this round. But Mike Malone comes from some pedigree, okay? He comes from a coaching tree that's got a lot, okay? But sorry, y'all. If you're a Heat fan and you love the underdog, I do too. I enjoy watching the Heat knock off the Celtics. But come on, y'all. Denver is complete. They're long, rangy, they rebound, they have a defensive guy that comes off the bench, and he don't just defend, but he scores. You got Porter Jr. and what's the slam dunk champion?
Aaron Gordon,
big, rangy guys, and they stand where they're supposed to stand, and they shoot when they're supposed to shoot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bad matchup for Bam. Sorry. I can't. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Who go defend Murray is what I really want to know, because you don't want Jimmy Butler to do it.
That's where I was going. Jamal Murray might sneak an MVP.
Jamal Murray might sneak an MVP.
Because if you look at the Heat, right, they got past the Bucks. Who gave them the most problems during this playoff run? It was Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson was going for 35 every single game. Yep. They went 7 games.
Yep.
What you think Jamal Murray about to give you? Because they do not. Who you gonna put on? Kyle Lowry? Duncan Robinson?
It's Kyle Lowry. I noticed he loves this posture.
Kyle Lowry got bailed out because he got the guard Marcus Smart. Okay. Why you think Derek White was getting off on them? Because my man was just driving to the bucket and getting fouled. That's why they had to switch to that zone.
Yep.
Heat are going to be in the zone 60 to 70% of the game.
Yep. Denver go shoot that thing, though.
And Jamal Murray is going to kill them. Jamal Murray might sneak an MVP on them.
You heard it here
Jimmy
first.
Butler. Who's guarding Jimmy Butler? You rotate Aaron Gordon on him. He's going to see Aaron Gordon. He's going to see Jamal Murray. He's going to see Michael Porter Jr. He's going to see KCP. They throwing bodies at him.
And my man Bruce, whatever, off the bench.
Oh, yeah, Bruce Brown. They body after body after body, because you know Bam ain't going to do nothing. I will bet money that there will not be a Bam Adebayo game. You might get a Duncan Robinson game. You might get a Tyler Hero game 2, sizzling off the bench game. You might get a Jimmy Butler inspirational triple-double. But what's never going to happen is a Bam Adebayo 35 and 20 Anthony Davis game. It ain't happening. He ain't that guy.
Not the guy.
He's not that guy. Jimmy Butler going to sneak him an MVP. Gentleman sweep. Denver Nuggets.
We agree.
We agree.
Nuggets in 5. Hey, James, I hear you, man. Sip that Kool-Aid and place that bet, my guy. I just hated to see the good money go, man.
I hate to see you go out like that.
And they have the altitude. Yeah. I think to professional athletes at some point that might get a little old. But I'm gonna tell you this. The biggest point is there's one game to get, and it's like one of those moments have to be, like you said, like a somebody game, right? Like for me, it's game 1. I think I saw Dennis said I'm gonna gift him game 3, right? Okay. Like there's a game in there that's gonna be a Miami game, right? There's somebody to be, but
Hero's hot, Duncan's hot, Vincent's hot, Strus is hot, Jimmy's hot, and they just raining them in, and ain't nothing Denver can do.
Hey man, Denver is complete. If Denver loses this, even though it's their first time being here, this is to me would be one of the biggest upsets in finals history, maybe sports history.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we're going to get a different MVP. Do you know who the other different MVP that's not LeBron, Steph, or Kawhi over the last 10 years?
It's KD. KD got one. And KD got 2.
LeBron, Steph, Kawhi, KD. Yo, I was going for the one off was Greek Freak.
Oh yeah.
He got a random one too. So here we're gonna get a rando MVP.
It could be a rando MVP in this series for sure. Caleb Martin could have been the MVP in the Eastern Conference Finals as well. Name the bet.
Name the bet. He's betting you Heat in 6?
He's betting me Heat in 6.
Why don't you bet me so that way you can wear a Lions jersey?
Hey James, we talking money or are we talking something? What are we talking?
You bet me. You wear a Lions jersey, I'll wear a Browns hat.
No, sir. First of all, if I get to watch this happen, you're gonna wear a Browns jersey, not a hat.
I can't put no Browns jersey on.
How can you? Did you just say hat? Really?
Yeah, I'll wear a Browns hat.
It's hat versus. It's gotta be hat versus hat. James, 50 piece on this. He said yes sir on cash. Let's go 50 boy.
Okay. Man, you feeling good, James. You must still got that fantasy football money.
Jay, come on, bro. Y'all heard it here, man. The bet, he said it. It's official.
It's gentleman's agreement.
Gentleman's agreement. The hands are shook. This brother said Heat Nation.
Ooh. So the bet is Heat in 6.
The bet is Heat in 6.
Oh, Pops, don't do that.
He said he'll bet you, Dre. I think y'all should go hat for hat. He been trying to get you to wear a hat. But Pops, you got to know what the bet is, sir. You're betting Heat. He's betting Nuggets.
I'm betting Denver. So let me know.
Are you taking that bet that you're taking the Heat? He's taking the Nuggets. James, are we being technical? Let's be clear before we go off the air. Are we being technical? He agreed on the 50 boy, but are we being technical? It has to be Heat in 6 and it has to be Denver in 5. Or are we just calling winner?
Heat, Denver.
Yeah. Are we calling winner? Or are we calling winner and call your shot on number of games? Look, Dennis said hell, I want it.
James, you gonna be rich or broke?
Just tell you now. Okay, winner. Yes, sir.
Ooh.
All right. We're going straight up winner in this bet.
Ooh. He tried to give you out, James.
I did.
He tried to give you an out.
I tried to give you a Nostradamus moment. Like, we got to be prophets here, but okay.
Yeah, he tried to give you an out. He was like, no, sir. Where's the double down button?
Y'all heard it here. The bet is on. Heat in 6.
Clip it. 1 hour in. Heat in
Clip
6.
It. Denver in 5. Gentlemen's bet.
Yeah,
Gentlemen's sweep.
We can't bet the same. Can't bet the same team.
I can't bet the same team. That's what I thought. Listen. Don't put that hat on for nothing now. you gotta take the right bet.
Oh wait. TC said he might as well sell it over to you now.
Listen, biggest upset in history, sir. James, if you come out on this, bro, biggest upset in NBA history, arguably. This is the most lopsided on paper series I've seen in a while. Joker and this team is complete, bro. The Heat, nah. The Heat don't even have enough with Caleb Martin and Jimmy.
Now, are we saying this barring injury, correct? Everything
as equal, yes. Let's be clear.
Jokic turns his ankle and misses the series. Murray breaks his hand, misses the series.
We're making this better. Just like in real life, odds change drastically when players go down.
Gotcha.
All right, so James, what that means is you better hope Himmy gets hurt.
That's the only way out of this.
No, you know what? Let's do this.
It's like
no contingencies. I'm with you, Dennis. Straight up, no contingencies.
Wow. So if Jokic get hurt, you
straight up, no contingencies.
No contingencies. Wow.
And what do you call them? Mile High Murray, I trust.
All right, you hear it right here, Caddy Sports Show. This is the sports show's favorite sports show for a reason.
Hey, big shout outs to the Ferndale High School girls softball team. Michaela's teammate. They are hosting their district this weekend. They are the favorite to win their district and move on into the playoffs. Big ups to them this weekend on Saturday. Ferndale High School will be hosting. They play there. I think the 11 o'clock game is the first game, and 11:30, and then they play the 1 o'clock game. And the winner of both of those games face each other in the 4 o'clock game. So excited for Michaela, for her to do big things. And we'll update you guys on the outcome of that. I joined their staff this year as an assistant coach, and it's been a hell of a ride.
All right. I hope she wins. She deserves it. Tumultuous season. Yeah, that would only validate the coach. To see, we won regardless.
Oh
man. Quick aside. Actually, no, I'll say this side. No, we done.
Save it.
Yeah, leave it. All right. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, everything Academy Sports Show. Appreciate everybody that was in the chat today. We appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all. We appreciate it. Thank you for rocking with us every week. Thursday. Make sure you're here early for trivia night. And then enjoy the game. Getting ready to tip off in a minute. On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Man, we can't wait to see y'all next week. We can talk about all this. And hopefully I'm up 3-0.
And one game ball in your pocket.
See y'all next week, man.
That's